Geil. Und jetzt sind wir set up. Jetzt können wir richtig loslegen. Eine Stunde nur. Yeah, wie geil diese Einstellung. So, neues Spiel, let's go. Muss ich nicht. Nur erst wenn Zuschauer da sind.
Nein. Das bringt uns weg.
Gut, dann gucke ich mir den Film an. Ey, erste Stunde ist ja nur zugucken.
Ja.
Shit. Mach ich nochmal.
So lange.
Killer. Wir spielen so lange, bis der Mert sich meldet. So machen wir den Stream hier. Mert Abi, du bist VIP. So, Climbing Ledges.
I'm so mad.
Keine Tipps. Will ich keine Tipps oder will ich alle Tipps? Da nehme ich nur die Pop-Up-Tipps.
Deo, gleich Park.
After the end of World
In
War
Excelsis
II,
Deo.
the world was split into two,
Sexy sind Deo.
East and West. This
Boah, ist
marked
aber
the
echt ein
beginning
geiles
of the
Deo.
era called the
So vom
Cold
Geruch her, so ein
War.
bisschen Kamillentee-mäßig.
Das ist sehr stark. Da, wenn du schwitzt, ist
Meinst du, kommt Son Goku und will das kämpfen, weil das so stark ist? Krass. Das ist so stark, das Deo. Ja, Mann. So, Moderator Enjo, ich brauche nochmal Feedback. Hat er den Stream am Laufen gehabt? Geh doch, guck mal. Wenn nicht, dann sag okay. Dann mach ich so, mache die Audioaufnahme. Gucken.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Wir fliegen über Pakistan.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass.
Was?
Cav okay.
Good. We've got high
Das wäre
visibility.
schon witzig, ne? Und dann sage ich, wir sind über Pakistan, Jungs. I will sacrifice my life for Pakistan. Kennst du das? Ja, schon, aber die haben auch anscheinend eine Luftwaffe angeblich. Weil die wollen auf jeden Fall Piloten
To
werden.
interior connector. Put on your mask.
I will become pilot. Kennst du das nicht? Krass. Dann zeige ich dir das. Ich schicke dir das.
Does this
Kannst du später
Pennywise know
gucken.
what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Die Leute gegrüßt. Wen?
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop
Jungs,
off.
was geht ab? Wir
Opening
machen
rear
heute
hatch.
Metal Gear Stream. Ich übernehme den Stream von Onkel Iro. Ich bin Prinz Zuko. Hallo. Da drüben haben wir auch noch Prinzessin Azula, aber die gucken nur wieder mal rein. Wie gesagt, wenn du zu leise bist, wenn ich zu leise bin, dann sagt Prinzessin Azula Bescheid.
External temperature minus
Prinzessin
46
Abdullah.
degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to
Genau.
drop off. Stand up.
Jetzt kommt eine sehr epische Szene, deswegen halten die die Schnauze.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour.
Der macht jetzt
Try not to
nämlich
get
37
frostbite
Frontflips.
from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the West. We used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us. Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong, you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle. Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No. There's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
So, wir sind zurück. Game Zone Attack und so. Ich ernte jetzt mal ein paar Pilze. Ja, wir übernehmen nämlich hier den Dschungel von Pakistan. Ich glaube, es ist Russland. So, Pakistan sind wir gerade eben drüber geflogen. Aber oh, was eine fette Schlange. Okay.
Stream anhalten?
Nee.
Doch?
Nein.
Ja, jetzt. Warum sieht man den
Du hast eine schlechte Internetverbindung, Kicho. Noch einen. Ich habe den, ich habe das Chatfenster komplett groß gemacht. Interessiert mich aber.
Okay.
Schon mal vor, jemand kommt rein und sagt, hey, oh, was geht ab? Dann sag ich, ja, oh, alles gut bei euch. Und so. Ihr mitspielen könnt ihr nicht, aber ihr könnt auch gerne richtig krass zugucken und so. Teilen, liken und so, wenn es richtig spät nachts ist, kannst du mir trotzdem eine Nachricht schreiben. Und ich werde nicht für dich da sein, aber ist okay. Das ist ein langweiliger Typ. Das ist ein richtig fieser Dovian. Und so. Schon wieder am Telefonieren, Alter. Der ist schlimmer als ein Kniebitze.
To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a list on the screen. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is
Backpack,
fundamental
rucksack.
to this mission. After
Rucksack,
you've been out in the
Backpack.
field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low,
I have to find my own weapons and equipment. Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions or presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy
Er darf nicht mal
territory is
Kacke
already a
hinterlassen, der
violation
Mann.
of international conventions of warfare.
Hat er gerade
There aren't
gesagt.
supposed to be any American
Das ist eine
soldiers in
geheime
Russia.
Operation.
It could
Du darfst-
spark be able to bring you back. Remember that.
Seine mal Bruder
keep it in
schmeckt,
Be able to bring you back. Remember that.
seine mal Bruder
keep it in
schmeckt ein bisschen
mind.
bitter.
You said this was a
Ist mal
solo
ein bisschen mehr vor. Jemand guckt sich jetzt die Aufnahme vom Stream an.
Da macht er sich Latte Macchiato.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to
Why?
meet you.
paramedic.
Ey, weil du, die Mexikaner, ne?